Hello friends, today we are going to discuss something about domestic refrigerator, or it is also called as household refrigerator. So my dear student friends, most of you might be having the domestic refrigerator in your homes. As all of you know that this domestic refrigerator will store the food by cooling the food. It will store the cold water, and you can also get the ice cubes in the domestic refrigerator. Now we have discussed the vapor compression refrigeration system, and let me tell you the most important thing is that in domestic refrigerator we are using the vapor compression refrigeration system. As you know that in vapor compression refrigeration system we are having the most important devices, the necessary devices like the compressor, condenser, expansion device and the evaporator. First device is nothing but the compressor. So the refrigerant is the working substance in vapor compression system. The refrigerant enters the compressor from the evaporator. In the compressor the refrigerant will get compressed. So the pressure and temperature of the refrigerant will be increased. So the high pressure refrigerant vapor will enter inside the condenser from the compressor. In the condenser the refrigerant vapor will get cooled, and thus the refrigerant vapors will get condensed into liquid refrigerant. Now this liquid refrigerant from the condenser will enter inside the expansion device. In the expansion device the pressure of the refrigerant is reduced. Expansion of the refrigerant takes place. Now during this expansion process we don't obtain any positive work, because this positive work is not affordable to obtain, and therefore the expansion which takes place in the vapor compression refrigeration system is also called as throttling, and this expansion is nothing but the isenthalpic expansion. That means there is no transfer of energy during this expansion. After expansion of the refrigerant, now the refrigerant will enter inside the evaporator. In the evaporator the refrigerant will evaporate from liquid to vapor, and for evaporation the heat is required. The heat of evaporation is absorbed by the refrigerant from the surrounding, and thus the cooling of the surrounding will take place. In this way we can obtain cooling by the refrigerant which is evaporating in the evaporator. In this way we obtain cooling in the evaporator with the help of the vapor compression refrigeration system. Now from the evaporator the refrigerant will return back to the compressor, and the cycle will go on repeating. In the compressor the refrigerant not only get compressed, but the other important function of compressor is to keep the refrigerant flowing in the line. In the expansion device the expansion or the reduction in pressure takes place, but at the same time one more important function of the expansion device is to control the flow rate of the refrigerant as demanded by the load in the evaporator. Now we are going to see the actual domestic refrigerator. Now as you can very well visualize that this is the back side of the domestic refrigerator. Now the first component which we see here is nothing but the compressor. So the compressor which is present in the domestic refrigerator is hermetically sealed compressor. You can see at the back side, at the lower side of the domestic refrigerator, there is a dome shaped black colored body. This body is nothing but the hermetically sealed compressor. You can see that the casing of this compressor is a dome shaped one, and it is a quite compact one, and it is closed from all the sides. So the reason why hermetically sealed compressor is used in the domestic refrigerator is that the space required by this compressor is less, because it is compact one. The more important reason is that the noise is not present, noise is very less. A small humming noise is heard in this compressor, and in homes absence of noise is a comfort factor, and for this particular comfort factor we are using the hermetically sealed compressor in the domestic refrigerator, and it is possible to use the hermetic compressor in the domestic refrigerator because the capacity of the domestic refrigerator as a refrigerating machine is very small. So the next component which is used in the domestic refrigerator is nothing but the condenser. As you can see that this condenser is air cooled condenser. We are not using water for cooling this particular condenser, and we are not also using the fan for blowing the air over the condenser coil. So the air is blowing naturally over the condenser coil, and therefore it is called as the natural convection air cooled condenser. Although water cools better than air, but here in order to reduce the initial cost and since the capacity is small, we are using air cooled condenser, and at the same time we are also not using the forced convection air cooled condenser because here the capacity is small, and when we can use the natural convection air cooled condenser, then there is no need of increasing the cost of the condenser by using the forced convection air cooled condenser. The next device is nothing but the expansion device. The expansion device which is used in the domestic refrigerator is nothing but the capillary tube. Capillary tube is nothing but a very long tube having very small internal diameter. The length of the capillary tube varies from 2 meter to 2.45 meter or maybe even 3 meters, and the internal diameter of the capillary tube is very small in the range of 0.2 millimeters. So due to the very small diameter and the long length of the capillary tube, what happens is that the restriction is provided to the flow of the refrigerant, and due to the restriction it is observed that the expansion of the refrigerant takes place. More the restriction, more the expansion. More the expansion means more reduction in the pressure. Here we can also it is also clear that if the length of the capillary tube is more, then the restriction is more and the expansion is more, and if the internal diameter of the capillary tube is reduced, then also the restriction will be increased and thus the expansion will be increased. So the capillary tube is properly designed so that the required expansion can be obtained in the capillary tube which is used as the expansion device in the domestic refrigerator. Now this capillary tube is a special type of expansion device, and that is called as the constant restriction type expansion device. So since this is a constant restriction expansion device, we cannot change the restriction and we cannot change the expansion, and mostly the change in the flow rate of the refrigerant is also not possible beyond a certain limit because the restriction cannot be changed. But small change in the flow rate of the refrigerant is always possible due to the change in the load. Whenever the load is increased or decreased, that time the pressure difference also increases or decreases, and due to that there is a small change in the flow rate, but there is no major change in the flow rate. And whenever the load is small or the variations in the load are small, that time only we can use capillary tube as the expansion device and that is used in the domestic refrigerator and so many other devices which are using vapor compression refrigeration system and having low capacity. So that is why we are using the capillary tube as an expansion device in the domestic refrigerator. Now the evaporator which is used in the domestic refrigerator is nothing but the plate surface type evaporator. The design of this evaporator is quite creative. In this evaporator we are having the evaporator coil inside the two walls of the freezer compartment itself. The freezer compartment is having two walls, and these walls are just rounded from inside, so that the coil is automatically formed from inside, and the wall itself act as the evaporator coil. So this is a very creative design of the evaporator, and this type of evaporator is called as the plate surface evaporator. Once again, let me tell you that in plate surface evaporator, the wall of the compartment is a double wall, and this wall is just folded from the inner side as well as the outer side. It is just rounded. So it is rounded in such a way that automatically the tubular portion, a cylindrical portion is formed, and that cylindrical portion becomes the coil of the evaporator, and therefore we can say that the evaporator coil is neither inside nor outside, but it lies in the wall of the freezer compartment, and that is nothing but the ice formation unit, ice formation compartment of the domestic refrigerator. Now this is the domestic refrigerator from the front side. There are so many features in the domestic refrigerator. First of all, the evaporator, we already discussed that the evaporator is present at the top, that is the freezer portion. Freezer compartment is present at the top. It is present at the top. The reason is that due to convection, what is happening is that the cold air goes downwards, and the hot air which is present at the bottom will rise in the upward direction, and it will come in contact with the evaporator coil which is present at the top, and due to this, a current flow of the air will be done automatically due to natural convection, and so the lower portion of the refrigerator is also cooled. If the evaporator coil is located at the bottom or at the middle, then you will find that the upper portion, cooling of the upper portion, will not take place as effectively. It will not take place due to convection, but only it will take place in a small amount, and that will be just due to the radiation, heat transfer. Now the next compartment, next point is nothing but the freezer. The freezer, as you can see here, that inside the freezer we can get still lower temperature below 0 degree centigrade, and ice formation is possible. Even if you keep the bottles of water, then they will be cooled, and ice formation is also possible in the freezer compartment. Next, you will find that there is a lot of space for storage of the food material, and fresh food is stored, and the food remains fresh inside the domestic refrigerator, and these compartments are adjustable, so that depending upon the size of the food and the fruits and vegetables which we are storing, we can adjust the size of the compartments. And you can also see here that the compartments are made up of crate. They are not solid compartments, solid plates are not used, crate is used, and that is used so that air can flow freely inside the domestic refrigerator, and there is always a flow of air, and due to the flow of air, the heat will be transferred, and the cooling effect will be also spread throughout the domestic refrigerator. Then at the bottom there is a compartment. This compartment is called as the crisper. Here also the food material is stored. It can at the lower temperature, but here the temperature is such that the material which is kept here becomes crispy. Now sometimes when defrosting is done, whatever moisture is collected on the evaporator coil, that is removed and it gets converted into water. So that water, instead of flowing here and there inside the domestic refrigerator, it is collected and it is properly directed, and ultimately it gets collected in the drain tray which is kept at the bottom, so that this water will not interfere and it will not move here and there unnecessarily inside the domestic refrigerator. Now there are so many features in the domestic refrigerator which will just improve the customer satisfaction, and not only customer satisfaction, but the customer will be delighted due to all these features. As soon as you open the door of the domestic refrigerator, you will find that the switch is operated, the push button switch is operated, and the light is automatically switched on, and so that you can easily see what is kept in the domestic refrigerator, and you can remove whatever you want to remove, or you can store whatever you want to store and place inside the domestic refrigerator, so that the light is automatically switched on when the door is opened, and this light automatically gets switched off when the door is closed, when it is not required. Another important feature is the thermostat knob. So this thermostat knob will adjust the temperature range which is present inside the domestic refrigerator. The temperature range which is required in summer may be different, the temperature range which is required in winter may be different. It also depends upon what type of food you are storing and what are your personal taste. So depending upon that, you can just change the temperature range inside your domestic refrigerator. And actually this domestic refrigerator is having very important features, that it will automatically start and automatically stop when it will obtain, and when it will try to cross the temperature range which is set with the help of the thermostat knob. So this temperature range will have a lower temperature and the higher temperature. So when the higher temperature is reached, then automatically the refrigerator will become on, and when the lower temperature point will be reached, the refrigerator will become automatically off. So this is possible with the help of the thermostat, which is a control device which is used in the domestic refrigerator, and this temperature range can be shifted by shifting the position of the thermostat knob. So this is one very important feature which is present in the domestic refrigerator. Another important feature which is present in this is the defrosting push button. So just inside this particular thermostat, there is one again button, push button. So if you press this push button manually, then the defrosting of the evaporator coil will take place. So what is defrosting? Defrosting is nothing but the removal of the frost or ice which is collected on the evaporator coil. Evaporator coil means here it is nothing but the wall of the deep freezer. So what is happening is that whenever you are opening the door of the domestic refrigerator, that time the air is entering inside the domestic refrigerator. This air contains moisture. Then whatever food material you are storing, it will also contain some moisture. So moisture is always present inside the domestic refrigerator, and when this moisture comes in contact with the evaporator coil, it gets cooled to a temperature below 0 degree centigrade, and due to that, naturally the water vapor will get condensed into liquid, but again it will be get frozen into solid ice, and this solid ice, which is called as frost, will get collected on the evaporator coil itself, and this frost will form a layer. This frost layer will go on increasing by thickness day by day. So this layer is very harmful, because this layer of frost will act as an insulating layer, and that will prevent the transfer of heat from the refrigerator space to the evaporator coil, and this will affect the cooling, and this may also damage the compressor motor and other parts of the domestic refrigerator, and therefore it is necessary to defrost the refrigerator. And for this particular purpose, the push button, which is called as the defrosting push button, is present inside the domestic refrigerator, and in regular frequent intervals we have to operate this particular button and perform the defrosting of the evaporator coil of the domestic refrigerator. So there are so many important features which will increase the customer satisfaction and customer delight of the domestic refrigerator. The door is provided with some magnet, and due to this magnet, the door will be properly closed. It will not remain half closed, or small gap will not remain present. Door lock is also provided for children purpose. Then the bellows are also provided. Rubber bellows are provided at the door, at the edges of the door, so that the proper closing of the door is possible, and this domestic refrigerator becomes perfectly airtight, so there is no chance of leakage of air or leakage of cooling effect, or outside hot air will not leak inside. So this is done for insulation purpose. So for insulation purpose we are also using a thick wall which is a good insulator, and the insulating material which is generally used is puff, that is nothing but the polyurethane foam. So due to proper insulation there is a minimum loss of refrigerating effect or the cooling effect, or minimum entry of the hot air inside, and that will save the energy, that will save the electricity. Now if you look at the door, the inside portion of the door, again there are compartments in the door also, so you can store lot of food material, and you can store a lot of so many things, some bottles etc. can be stored in the various compartments of the door, so that it will work, the storage space is increased, and it will be very convenient for the user to remove and store the various things inside the domestic refrigerator. So these are the so many features which are incorporated in the domestic refrigerator. So my dear friends, we have studied so many things about the domestic refrigerator in this lecture, and in the next lecture we will be studying the water cooler. Thank you.